Hello, 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 this is Sir Jaxie. And today we're going to be taking a look at Rift. More specifically, is Rift worth subscribing to? For those of you who don't know, Rift is an MMO-based game that has a $15 subscription fee per month. You can get special deals and get it as low as I think $9.99 a month. But the question is it worth subscribing to? I had played Rift from the very early stages of closed beta, right up until about the end of May, beginning of June of this year. So I played it for almost a year and a half, and then I got burnt out on it, so I unsubscribed. They're coming out in November with their new expansion, Storm Legion. So because of that, they're doing these free weekend tries. And I decided to jump on the board for the one that they're doing for this patch 1.10 this past weekend. So before I get into what I don't like about Rift, let's talk about what I do like. So, one thing Trion has always done well with Rift is their events. This patch's event is the Realm of the Autumn Harvest event, or the Autumn Harvest event. And basically, you find your fairy ring, which is a ring of mushrooms, you drink your magical soup, and you're transported to the Realm of the Autumn Harvest, which actually takes place within the Realm of the Fae dungeon instance. And once you're in here, you can take and do several side quests that take place in the real world, finding fungi and stuff. You can also kill bugs and do a bunch of other things. But the whole point in the first phase of it is to take and get these potions that allow you to see all of the archives that the fairies have stolen over the years, and you're able to see them for an X amount of time and pick them up. It's actually a really good way to take and build up your archive base as well. So that is definitely one good point about Rift that I like. Okay, so the next thing is the in-game stylist. This is a really convenient feature for those of you who, like me, like to change the look of your characters on a, regular or semi-regular basis. You can take and change your face shape, your eye color, you can change your hair color, your hairstyle, your markings, absolutely anything that you can do within the character creator. Pretty much everything else you can take and do within this style shop. And it's not a charge that they charge you, real world money. It's actually a charge in gold, in-game currency that they charge you. It's not astronomical. In this clip, you can take and see I'm actually changing my skin tone to a slightly darker tone. It seemed to be, while I was playing the game, to be really bright, and I seemed to almost be glowing white, and I didn't like that on this character. So I darkened the skin tone, and it cost me 57 gold, I think it was, a little bit over, which really isn't bad, considering that you don't have to go back and redo everything, or recreate a character, re-roll a character. You can change the look right here, whenever you want, and whenever you feel like doing it. Comes in real handy. Now, along the same lines with that, they've also added an in-game store. Now, don't get me wrong, I usually don't like cash shops. This isn't a cash shop. This allows you to take and change the name of your character, the name of your guild for a $10 fee. I think it's $20 for the guild. It also allows you to purchase the expansions and different things right there within the game, which is very handy because you don't have to leave the game in order to go to their website to do this, which I really, really appreciate. Okay, this next one's probably going to be considered by most to be rather minor, and it really is, but it's something that it shows that Trion really thinks about what they do and put into the game, and that is that they offer bulk crafting. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm a crafter, okay? And in Rift, I did a lot of crafting, and to sit there and to craft 20 and 30 and 40 of, a soft leather, or of any of the leathers, it just took forever. Well, to take and help with that, Rift's put in where they call them shipments, and you can craft 20 of the leathers at once, given that you have 20 hides. It makes things go a lot faster, a lot smoother in crafting. It's just one of these small things, but it's the small things that really make Rift shine and stand out, in my opinion, from some of the other games that are out there right now. Okay, now the next one is their instant adventures. And this, next to the events, has got to be one of my favorite things within Rift. And basically what it is it transports you from, wherever you want to take it, do it, into these different sections. Free March. In this patch, they actually just added the instant adventure for Scarwood Reach. There's one for Gloamwood. And what you do is you go through a series of mini questions that lead up, I think it's like 4 or 5, that lead up to a big boss at the end. The first 14 of these quests that you do each day, you get extra bonus points for. So it's really good helping you to level up your lower level characters and your lower level tunes. And what it does is, as you're going along, if you are, say, a level 40 and you're put into an instant adventure in Silverwood, you are actually demoted in your level ranking down to, I believe, Silverwood caps at level 10. And that's where you're at. So that you're actually handicapped and you're not going in there and just overtaking all of the mobs and just, going and wiping things out with one shot and this type of thing. It also puts you into a random group, which is really nice. I think it's a group of 5 on these. I'm honestly not sure. I didn't get to play in large groups, unfortunately, which is what's going to lead into, what I don't like and why ultimately I'm not going to be resubbing at this point. But these instant adventures are a really nice way to level up your lower level characters and to really move things up, whether you're just starting to play Rift and you want to level up quickly, or you're trying to level up an alt relatively quickly. Now, along the same lines right now, one of the things that they just put into play too is what they call the cross-faction gameplay. Basically, you can now take it, if you're a Defiant, you can group up with Guardians. If you're a Guardian, you can group up with Defiants. They're also talking about, though I didn't see anything, haven't been able to find much on it, having cross-faction guilds, so that you can have a guild that's made up of both Guardian and Defiant. On the surface, it sounds good, and they're saying that the reason they're doing this is because you're going to need more than one faction. The factions are going to have to team up in order to take down Crucia and Storm Legion. And, storyline, that makes sense. Lore-wise, that makes sense. However, they have ulterior reasons as far as I can see, too. And by doing these multi-cross factions, it makes the world look bigger. If you're all of a sudden able to take and play with Defiance when you've been Guardian all along, it makes it look like there's more players on the Shard, when in fact there really isn't. This here is where I really am disappointed with Rift. If you look, you can see this here video I took during the free weekend this past weekend. This should have been a relatively busy time. They basically opened up the game to anybody who's played it in the past. Any level character could play and level up. So you would think a lot of people would be coming back. On top of that, they had just released patch 1.10, which introduced the cross-faction gameplay. It introduced the Scarwood Reach instant adventure. And it was the launch of the Autumn Harvest. So you would think a lot of regular players would be playing this weekend as well. Yet, as you can see from this, there really wasn't. Out of the number of servers they have, only 4 of them were medium population servers. There's 17 low population servers. Now, that's a problem. All of these low population servers basically are empty. I happen to be playing on one of those low population servers. I was playing on Burial. It felt empty. Not just going off from what the server list tells me, it felt empty. Besides my wife, I didn't run into very many other non-NPCs in the game at all. The first time we did the instant adventure, we grouped up. We actually were in a group of 4, my wife, myself, and 2 others. The second time we did an instant adventure, it was just my wife and I. And these are supposed to be, shard wide. They group you up with random people. And I know a lot of people are going to take and disagree with me on this, but I really think it's time for Trion to just man up and do a server merger. There's no need to have 17 low population servers. Now, I know that there's always bad press with server mergers. Oh, the game's dying, they're merging servers. Bullshit. I'm sorry, but that's just a load of crap. They're merging servers to build up the population of those servers so that the players could actually have an enjoyable gameplay. So, that's why I'm not resubbing at this point. I'm going to be starting a new character. I'm going to be starting a Sir Jaxie character. And I'm going to be doing the free trial with him. They do through level 20 is free. If in playing that, I see that I really, really enjoy the game, then yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll sub. There's a good possibility I'm going to buy Storm Legion for my wife and I, and we're going to play through that and at least sub for the first, month or two of that. But if there isn't something done about these servers and these shard populations, and just, the empty feeling that I get in the world, I'm not going to stick with the game. There's just, not enough there to offer me. I enjoy the larger dynamic events. Now, if you're somebody who's not looking to do PvP or not looking to do dynamic, PvE events and do the rifts with the larger rifts and, a good number of people, then by all means, this game's very well worth subscribing to. It's got great graphics. It's got great gameplay. But if you're somebody who really wants to play an MMO for the MMO effect and have people to play with, right now, I hate to say it, but Rift just isn't your game. So, let me know what you think. Share your feedback in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and like us.